Okay, third part of the run, and I think that will be the last one. I don't think I think I will finish it. I'm probably it's not a lot of left to do, so probably this will be the last stream for this run, and then we do DLC. Okay, what should I do? Okay. Let me check what do I need to do. Okay, so friend of the people. Okay, so family affair and okay, well, first I need to go and do Nicolas Flamel. Okay, so we're doing Nicolas Flamel. First we'll do this. Then we're gonna do Nicolas Flamel. Now fuck off!
able to escape the automats. They ran towards the entrance to the catacombs. Escaped. I must inform her husband immediately. Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good...
Your wife. You may rest easy, monsieur. Your wife escaped. She returned home and left you this letter.
Mon Dieu.
She may already be there.
Madame, I did not dare. My wife and daughter. The three of us will be able to leave the kingdom and put...
What about the bonds?
They are not in your possession.
No, not yet.
You must ensure they do not benefit the... You will find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries. Do with them as you see fit. As for me, I'm going to find my... Thank you. From... Adieu, madame.
Minister Necker has given his bonds to me.
That's quite a nice little sum. Can you imagine? That's 1/5 of the kingdom's
wealth that the king squanders for his personal benefit according to his...
Ma foi.
Monsieur Necker certainly has been very
generous? I have my doubts. So high, in fact, that it would have dug the deficit into an even deeper state.
Eh bien, messieurs. To what use shall we...
If I could spend it, I'd do everything I could to return to the people their confiscated freedom. To begin, I would get them the bread they so... It is only after the scourge of famine has been vanquished...
My man Robespierre!
...able to rise up against despotism.
Vive la révolution!
Wait, Robespierre. Will you steal it from under the noses of the automats who have sworn to destroy the human race? As for arming the people, this is another one of you. How could your ragged pack of wretches win any sort of...
When you insult the people...
Shut the fuck up, you blue blood cunt.
Anyone, Robespierre.
Yeah, royalty, fucking royalty.
Like you. Monsieur, I was but a lad of 15 when I took up arms. And everyone here knows my role in the liberation of America. If you allow me to dispose of these bonds, I will found an army that will annihilate... As soon as I have the opportunity to leave Paris, I will rally the officers and troops that are stationed in... Then, I will call for a mass uprising. I will have...
And you will have obedient troops at your beck and call. Ready.
These troops will only serve the will of the people.
Are you sure that the king has spared the rest of the kingdom, Monsieur le Marquis?
I am almost certain of it, mon père. Despite all of his resources, the king does...
Aegis, no member of this assembly can force your hand. To whom will you entrust?
The bonds are not...
Then please continue your...
Okay, let's go for the bonds.
Here I am at an impasse. Should I go to the Tuileries to examine the safe? There may be a way to force it open. The palace via the Louvre. Then I should be able to enter it through the courtyard. lock wasn't forced. Whoever opened it had the key. Monsieur Necker's bonds are still there. There's something engraved on it. H.G. Riquetti. Comte de Mirabeau. Whoever broke into this safe left behind the most valuable thing in it. This doesn't make sense. I have just come from the Tuileries.
Diable. Someone This is very unfortunate.
Whoever it was had to fight for it. I found a body there.
Mon Dieu.
Dreadful indeed.
And what is that?
A dueling pistol.
Oh. Mais oui. It was stolen along with a number of other things. It happened just before the estate. But how on earth did my weapon...
I am certain we will find it. I'm going to have a look around.
Well, since I'm in no...
You appear to have burnt these papers in. I'm eager to hear.
It's nothing at all, I assure you.
I find your defense. Why won't you tell me the truth?
You don't understand. This is a matter of the...
I am an automat, monsieur. But I serve the Queen. and my only aim is to put a stop to the...
Well, know that you're not.
You claim to be a...
The king has gone insane. After what happened at Meudon, that much is hence my support for his wife. She's a headstrong woman. You must know that she means to put her youngest on the throne. A regency would restore peace and unity to the kingdom. Then all that I have the support of the people. They trust me. I'm the only...
What was in those letters?
My private correspondence with the king. I had a...
Are you conspiring?
No, you don't understand. I was something of a shadow advisor. I feared his stubbornness would lead the kingdom to... So I tried to reassure him regarding the aims of the But when Vaucanson told me what happened at Meudon...
I found your pistol in the hands of a dead...
Mathieu, one of the servants I gave him the pistol for self-defense. Alas, it seems it was of little...
Tell me.
It's all here in this letter. Please, give it to the Queen.
Why were you in such a hurry to destroy...
The letters contained sensitive information about my Third Estate colleague. If it had gotten out, I would have surely lost my ally, as well as any hope of establishing a regency along with it.
So how is Monsieur Marat?
I haven't met him yet.
He is your only chance to reach the Basque. He's holed up in the quarter.
I have recovered Minister Necker's...
Do you intend to entrust them to me?
Yes. I have chosen to place this fortune in your hands.
Very well, madame.
Vive la révolution!
For one purpose only. To give the people their freedom. When a monarch violates the people's most fundamental rights, insurrect, but we must be wary of warmongers, who would lead the rebellion in the name, because all they truly want is to become tyrants in turn.
Goodbye, Monsieur. Monsieur de Mirabeau. I found a broken cane. It says Franciscus. Do you know who it...
Well, yes. And I'm willing to bet you're looking for a certain François Antoine.
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, mademoiselle, because this cane belongs Franz Anton Mesmer.
Mesmer, the prince of charlatans.
Good heavens, it's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about Mesmer?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself attended several of his sessions.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and I have the honor to belong. We were asked to investigate his alleged powers.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was published.
But there was something, Sylvain, a tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observations? It was obviously a momentary failure of your equipment.
Perhaps. I'd like to be sure of it.
When and how did Monsieur Mesmer disappear?
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long descent into hell for Monsieur Mesmer. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his research in virtual I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what In any case, their collaboration did not last long. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to his mother country.
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels.
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited this treasure.
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that...
Yes, it's like...
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits to... I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called animal. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over...
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the last. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts...
What happened during Monsieur...
Oh, they were quite a spectacle. Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary... A dimly lit room where incense has been burned to intoxicate the amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess to the sound. And the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, du théâtre, ma chère. Pure...
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Alas, the bishop...
Damn it. Let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wait. They may even have already suffered. However, my sister lives in Gar. Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, then there is my...
If you ask me...
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer. But I couldn't even...
Your own...
Indeed. It's a very
I can be discreet.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Covey, has lost. No matter what I tried, nothing could prevent... It is said that she is now living on charity. And if perchance your past takes you to...
Now the Philosopher's Stone. Nicolas Flamel, yes. Doing Nicolas Flamel quest, what do we have to do? Let's go and do Nicolas Flamel bullshit. Settle myself. Where it was. I tak gadam do siebie.
Something began a close interest in this tomb. And follow the directions on the receipt. It also mentions the Quartier du Saint-Eustache and Rue Saint-Honoré.
So, so apparently, okay. So I'm looking for the person to talk with a cocaine, but I cannot find it. Let me check it where it is, because this may be the one, the last one I'm missing. Fuck off.
You monster. What do you want with me? Wasn't it enough for you to steal my dancer?
I'm merely obeying the king, mademoiselle. Don't be afraid. You and your beloved machine will soon be reunited. I give you my word. Voila, here we are. Do you see that window? That's where she's waiting for you. Sale petite peste. I suggest you don't try that again.
Atanias, what could have happened to her in this workshop? This notebook appears to be very old. I should show it to Abbe Grégoire. Balsamo. So that is the name that the Comte de Cagliostro uses to conduct his business discreetly. You're so beautiful. You'll stay with me always, n'est-ce pas? Without you, mon ami, I'd be all alone. This box is covered in astronomical symbols. It's no use. I can't get it open. I should show this to Monsieur Bay.
Can I help you, Aegis?
I found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Medieval Latin, to be precise. Oh, hold on. Bon sang. Aegis, what a find. This handwriting. I would recognize it anywhere. It's in Nicholas Flamel's own hand. Give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able to glean from it.
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis, and what I learned from it puzzles me. In this diary, Flamel tells of 3 journeys. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. A strange world filled with tormented spirits that are unable to ascend.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victim...
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. Flamel he wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st... What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? What if he were trapped, a prisoner in this Aegis? Because of your unique nature, we have an incredible...
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it too. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory, where Cagliostro entraps the souls of his victims.
Hold on. Are you trying to convince me to go and find...
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory.
Certainly. According to this journal, the soul flies to the zenith of the place where it left the body of the deceased, or that of the pilgrim, in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the...
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église Saint-Jacques.
And how do you plan to free my spirit from this
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your machine. For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, ma chère. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or electric current. Therein lies the problem. This is far, but it is fascinating. Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier...
Goodbye, mon...
Have you learned more?
No, mon père.
Perhaps Miss...
Goodbye. Monsieur Bailly. I found this box with astronomical symbols. I believe it belongs to Vaucanson's.
Athénaïs' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift.
I wasn't able to open it.
Naturellement. Athénaïs and I are the only ones who know how. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athénaïs' birth.
What's this locket?
Athénaïs is always wearing this. She said it was her most cherished possession, and to think, the poor chap...
You monster! What did you do to her?
Ludia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. Athénaïs de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athénaïs. It is her spirit that animates you. Is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athénaïs as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you. I am Athénaïs.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athenais, Lydia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athenais' body?
God only knows. Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive. This is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you?
do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal...
To what end? It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you...
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able to visit Purgatory.
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important...
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant, nor do we know how your machine... That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking... Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter...
Antoine.
What blueprints?
Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Ludia and Aegis.
Vincent, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the Observer, but earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, I found looters making off with its
Blasted scavengers.
I chased them to the quays, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided...
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the Marok...
I'll try to track them. Goodbye, Miss...
Great job, man. Great job. Oh, okay. No point doing this. I'm not gonna try over and over again.
sure, boss. It hurts. It hurts.
Steel yourself, Claude. Just be thankful you got out alive.
I'm still in pretty bad shape.
Et puis quoi? Don't you think it was worth it? This tunnel is a gold mine. With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for a long time.
Monsieur.
Oh, I did that one. So I know I did at this point I did every single conversation with citizens, and I don't know, is this bugged or what? I got a few more to finish on this run, but I don't know.
Observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance. Blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
Okay, we're doing the. I think I got every single conversation at this point. Um, the last three in the yeah, the last three on the last part of the game, and that's basically all. And I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about it. I'm like, Okay, let's find Bastille. Let's go, let's do it. Let's finish core and go to Bastille.
It's hiding somewhere in the depths of this quarry. I will have to use this mobile walkway. This mobile walkway leads to the depths of the quarry. I will explore the area and try to find a way to make it work.
Go around. Thank you for joining my stream.
Here we go. That should work.
Okay, I'm gonna melt everything now. I should use that one earlier. Okay, looks like I'll be one-shotting almost everything now. Jesus, I should use it earlier.
This time, it's over for me. Printers was ransacked, and I barely escaped from the guards sent to arrest me. I must disappear, and hope that things will one day turn to my advantage.
In truth, the timing is excellent. According to my informants, the king is planning a coup de force against the Third Estate. I think it's high time for all of us to go underground with you. Once we're hidden in the catacombs, we can prepare a counter-offensive in peace.
Does the Duke approve of this withdrawal?
Oh, that fool. He's indecisive as usual. Always busy dreaming about his cousin's crown. But I prepared the terrain. He will let me do as I please, as long as I serve his interests.
Maybe I should be more careful because one-shotting stuff, it's fun, but dying is not.
Monsieur Marat's men waged a terrible fight here. Some of these poor men were trampled to death.
Double damage.
They barricaded themselves in to escape the enemy. The only way through is the hard way. Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diableuse, je m'attendais. So this is the famous Huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly, 'tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you. Oh, you're just as they described. An angel of death, descended from the heavens to vanquish the clockwork tyrant.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de Leclos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are. Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please. Cependant, you are still an automat. Who is your master?
Monsieur de Robespierre assured me that I would find you here.
Maximilien. A pure heart with a head full of dreams that cloud his perception of reality.
And you, Monsieur Marat? Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans. His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty. The Bourbons, along with their wars, their crimes, and their vices, are finished. It's high time their scepter be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille. where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army that's currently setting Paris ablaze.
What Vaucanson has done, only Vaucanson can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter the fortress.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and terror in the depths of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements. Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple, and that's the only way to reach the Bastille.
And yet that's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Indeed.
Here. This will allow you to reach the lower tunnels. Have you fixed the walkway?
I am working.
That's the mechanism.
Dites-moi.
I've made these not it's
Members and supporters of the Third Estate have gathered.
Would you be so kind as to name them?
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre, the Comte de...
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who's skillfully done...
The Marquis de Lafayette.
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of cowardice and...
My man Marat!
With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who are your
Patriots who come and go in the quarries throughout the city. Under the... Alas, there are few left. My hours are numbered. Mais vous-même, have you...
Members and support...
Would you be so kind...
In addition,
Say without...
Who is Monsieur de...
A brilliant writer whose pen has shaken the... But is also an experienced military engineer, who is to his great misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt.
This mattress is stained with blood, as is this jacket.
Look at them, parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I worked to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. How naive I was to imagine that my pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
I think I need to do one more quest before. So okay, let's go there and do the... I'll do the quest for the flanelle. So why not?
Thanks, Monsieur Marat. I will use the mobile walkway to reach the lower levels. Voila. That should have fixed the walkway.
What of your plan to go to the Basque?
I haven't.
Keep making it.
Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story. I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Indeed.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre. Despite his serious injuries, he was particularly tough.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king. That the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over.
What evidence did you get?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge bag. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis.
These are suspicions.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof, then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good.
I must get to the bottom of this.
Very well. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into them. Start in Place Dauphine, where those brigands
One second.
was the Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer. He was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic.
Leclos, you're alive.
Platoon. Ready. Fire! Fire at will! Oh, Senor. We can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets. Fixed bayonets!
The fighting has stopped. It's over. Voyez? The Huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops... Where are the troops?
You are the only survivor, Leclos.
No. No. We were so close. But those machines... An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them. We were forced to retreat. Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
It was madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated risk. After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastion. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans. A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. The king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of...
Why did you launch this?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best...
Agents?
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, of all within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machination?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's and many darker.
Why did you launch
3 of our
eight?
spot with enough and
Tell me about this machine that guards.
we were prepared to face an enemy, not an execute. That thing, half butcher's block, half stocks, was designed to make heads.
Who captured you?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro was in charge. Then I was thrown into that awful place where after that, everything is with a voice that ordered me to kill.
I intend to enter the Bastille and...
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the mission.
Indeed. It's in that case, if you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path, let's not stay here much longer, Marat. There's still some wine left in this pot.
More than enough, Leclos.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken drink.
Here you are at last. This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to... The fighting in these tunnels has weakened. If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't... Delors, I have just one bit of advice to give. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind any commitments that you've not... I shall return to my hiding. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful.
So before that, I need to do some things, and then we're gonna go to Bastille. Yeah, I want to go back and check something before I'll go further. I think I made a mistake. Not so bad.
Monsieur Laclos.
Can I help you, madame?
The Queen read your novel, but the King banned it.
My liaison dangereuse is about two libertine aristocrats who carry out a discreet war wherein they corrupt the innocent. And between you and me, it is not entirely fictional. I was inspired by some of the vile acts that I had myself innocently. I thought I was doing a service for morality by denouncing this depravity. But the king, in his sovereign... As for the queen, who knows? Perhaps this perverse banter was a way to distract her from her dead...
Do you plan to ever return?
Well, regarding neither my birth nor my wealth allowed me to rise above the rank of... In the end, I believe that...
Goodbye.
Were you able to find proof of Lafayette's involvement in the...
No. Nothing.
One thing is certain. This tut. But I'm not sure that if I were you, I'd go back...
And then... Okay, that's the first thing I want to do. Fuck off with Marat. Well, not Marat, I mean Lafayette. I need to, you know, take him out of the picture. So let's do it. Let's take him out of the picture. All my damage is because of that. This module, this one, and So power 13. That's my damage. Physical damage 1428. That's why I can one shot almost everything.
Not even the commanding officer was spared. Lafayette didn't hand over his army to the king. This must certainly be Colonel Armand. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine, the headquarters of the Pont au Change. By all appearances, it's not official. Most likely an underground hiding place that can be entered from the riverbank. I'll try to track down Capitaine Lefebvre. If he and the Société des Amis des Noirs, he must have gone towards the Châtelet. It would have been a desperate move for certain. I doubt any of them survived the retreat. Yellow contract. Conspirator's secret sign. There was most certainly a conspiracy. There's no doubt about that. But those involved shared the same fate as the rest of them. They died just steps from their goal. What does that mean? The lock opened. The headquarters. This place must be studied carefully. This document bears the signature of the Marquis de Lafayette. So the rumors were true. The Garde Nationale wasn't formed spontaneously. All of this was carefully orchestrated. It is high time the Marquis de Lafayette explained himself.
Okay, let's go and let's fuck up Marquis Lafayette.
Eh bien, Aegis, did you make sure my men...
No.
Et alors? What are you waiting for? This is a
No, it's
matter of
not.
the
Shut the
utmost
fuck up. Fuck the
importance.
Blue
The
Bloods.
exchange was to take place near the Église du Gros Caillou.
Monsieur le Marquis, there is a most unfortunate rumor about you going...
Oh.
You are accused of having delivered the troops who had gathered in the Place Dauphine.
Calumny.
Save your breath, General. The rumor is true. I know that you raised the National Guard for the sole purpose of taking command of it. There was nothing spontaneous about the uprising.
Do you have any...
I do.
Balls.
Why resort to this?
You must understand what I have done. I did for the good of the... I wanted to stop this massacre while protecting the Queen and the Dauphin. In the name, but an actual uprising of the people would have inevitably... Only professional soldiers could organize and lead the resistance.
It's like listening to liberals. Only professional liberals can make everything good. Viva la Revolution!
Who were your
My brothers in arms. The brave men who at the Battle of Yorktown brought an empire. Alas, we gravely We thought we would face an infantry supported but an entire army of Ottoman.
Some accuse you of harboring a lust for power.
These aspersions are all too familiar to me. But tell me, if I wanted them when I had seasoned troops at my command and the people sat... No. That, though I readily admit that I do believe I am worthy of fulfilling an important role. Lieutenant General of the Kingdom, for example. Or even, voila. Now you know, however, this truth, if it were made public. So I ask you not to reveal anything and to give me...
C'est entendu, General. Here,